Well, hello, Karrie. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Ravi. I'm doing very well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for being on our podcast. For our viewers, we would like to recognize Karrie Krear as our district leader today. Karrie, maybe you want to share something about yourself as in your district leadership role for this year for District 6 Toastmasters.
Thank you. I'm currently the District 6 Division C director, and I've also taken on the Speechcraft chair position for District 6 this year. In addition to my District 6 roles, I'm also the Vice President of PR, Vice President of Membership, and the Treasurer for Farmtown Talkers in Farmington, Minnesota. And I also coach TNT Toastmasters in Rochester, and I'm a member of 3 other Toastmasters clubs. So I stay busy, but I
Oh,
really enjoy it.
absolutely. That definitely shows that you are a very busy Toastmaster. But more than that, I came to know about you and your leadership role last year when you served as our area director, and before that, as a very dedicated Toastmaster in getting Farmtown talkers off the ground. So, thank you for all the work and congratulations on your award for Area Director of the Year for year 2021 2022. From personal experience and observation, I would say that is a that's a very prestigious award that is given to people such as you for the hard work that you put into Toastmasters. Now, this year you mentioned you are not only Division C director, but also helping as Speechcraft chair. Many viewers and listeners of our podcast are not familiar with Speechcraft. So, what is Speechcraft, Karrie?
As the name Speechcraft implies, it was created to help people turn their speaking skills into a craft, to help them advance their personal and professional communication through a condensed version of the Toastmaster experience. It can come in a 4, 6, or 8-week program where participants who are called Speechcrafters have the opportunity to boost their confidence and improve their communication and public speaking skills, all within our safe environment of the Toastmasters Club. After completing the course, the Speechcrafter will be inspired and hopefully want to stay with your club or maybe look at other clubs. But once they've finished at least a 6 or an 8-week program, they've already finished a pathway level 1, which is a great all around.
Absolutely. So that's a wonderful benefit that if you are a speech crafter, let's say you're not a Toastmaster member, if you complete Speechcraft, in a way you are completing level 1. So there are 5 levels, and boy, within no time, you not only learn about public speaking, but you also complete level 1. That is awesome. I personally feel it's a difficult level to achieve in our clubs when we have new members. So I wish everyone went through Toastmasters Speechcraft program. But Karrie, during your personal experience with Speechcraft at your club, you have seen the involvement of community or how people from the community benefit from each other. Can you share more about how Speechcraft has helped community members and in fact also helped Toastmasters? So I would like to know more about those two areas.
Speechcraft can help both the member and the non-member. It gives the non-members as well as the club members the short-term immersion like I talked about in the basics of the Toastmasters experience. Speechcraft can be run during a regular meeting or outside of your regular meetings, but most clubs use it during their regular meetings and add in the extra ones in between. And it's a weekly event usually to keep the learning going consistently. The coordinator and the other experienced club members will guide their speech crafters in each session. The workshops, again, can be conducted during a regular meeting or outside of it. And while doing those sessions, there's about 6 to 9 speech opportunities for members throughout the workshop, and all of those speech opportunities can fit into your pathways. So it's not a wasted opportunity for a Toastmaster. These workshops can be held virtually or in person if you'd like to. And Speechcraft can help the Toastmaster Club gain new members. Speechcraft sells itself. In addition, many of us aspire to get our DTM coordinator credit, and by holding the Speechcraft, that's one of the requirements. And finally, everyone wins from Speechcraft sessions because the Toastmasters get to mentor and help those new beginning members and speechcrafters learn about communication and public speaking skills. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. It is indeed a win-win for everyone. I just want to reiterate. So if somebody conducts Speechcraft, they get credit for completing their DTM or towards completing their DTM. Did I hear that correctly?
That is correct. A member that's striving for their DTM credit can conduct either a Speechcraft or a youth leadership seminar. And most of us tend towards the Speechcraft because we'd like to get new members into our clubs. And many of us as adults aspire to continue our careers, focus ourselves in our professions and even personal lives. And Toastmasters really fits in there really well.
I'm already thinking about so many of my fellow Toastmasters who are working hard on their DTM project, and they can definitely benefit by conducting a Speechcraft. Of course, you mentioned youth leadership, but Speechcraft is definitely a big draw because it not only helps an individual, it helps new clubs to get new members. And when people start with Speechcraft, they are well prepared for that. So how does one get started with Speechcraft?
That's a great question. And it's really easy now that the Toastmasters store is open again. All a club needs to do is decide when they would like to hold the Speechcraft, how long they would like to hold it, such as a 4-week, a 6-week, or an 8-week. As I mentioned, the 6-week is really ideal because it allows a Speechcrafter to complete a full level 1. It can be done, obviously, in 8 weeks is a little bit more, and you have a little bit more time to work with your Speechcrafters, but 6 weeks is what I've normally been seeing. Once you determine your date and how long the program, then you need to at least allow yourself 4 to 6 weeks to advertise. Put it out in your community newspapers, out on Meetup, Eventbrite, Facebook, put it in radio or ads, however you want to get out there at work, in your work environments. And so taking that time, it's going to be slow. As I've been doing a couple of these, you don't get traction until about 2 weeks before, and you think, oh, nobody's going to attend, and all of a sudden they start to attend. Once you've done that, then go to the Toastmasters International website and you follow the prompts to Speechcraft and you purchase the bundle for $50. And one bundle can hold 5 Speechcrafters for one coordinator. If you're going to have more than 5 people, then you can have more than 2, then you can have more than one coordinator for 10 people. And then once you've purchased that, the emails will start to come to you and they will walk you through the steps of how to set up and coordinate your Speechcraft program. It's really easy. And I had never done it a year ago. And now it is, I just wait for the email and follow the steps.
Wow. You have only done it for 1 year and you're already so passionate about it. I can definitely see that. From what I gathered, it's ever since Toastmasters went online with Speechcraft, it has become even simpler. And I think the moment people register, they get email and you can help them through the whole process. That is awesome. I wish all our processes were well defined and everything got set up in such a simple fashion. So thank you for sharing the benefits of the new Speechcraft program, if I may use the online as a new Speechcraft program. Karrie, we have already talked about how it has benefited fellow Toastmasters and the community. But in your observation, now that you have seen people come from Speechcraft, become members, and even the clubs, they help Speechcrafters or fellow new members, how do you see the benefit Toastmasters, or how do individuals in Toastmasters get benefited from the Speechcraft program?
A great question. I think there's quite a few benefits actually for a Toastmaster and Speechcrafter. First and foremost, Speechcraft is a way to get new members without a major commitment. And many of our clubs need new members or additional members, even if we're a healthy club. So who wants to turn away an opportunity to gain new members? And Speechcraft is the opportunity for Toastmasters to try it out and gain a taste of what we can offer. And a lot of people like that little short taste before they jump into the pool. The next benefit to a Toastmaster is mentoring. to be able to see someone that really can't give a speech very well initially and see them grow under all of your advice. We all have wonderful tips and tricks we can share with people. And why not? And it's also an opportunity to give Speechcraft or to give speeches while you're giving the Speechcraft program. And so you're continuing on in your own pathway. Finally, as we've touched on, it's a requirement for our DTM completions. And who doesn't want to get that great big plaque in the end?
Absolutely. I love that. And actually, I believe it's a nice way to earn that plaque or the award by giving something back to the community rather than simply finishing few speeches. It requires a lot of coordination and calls for that skill to be developed if you don't have. And if you have that skill, you are honing that skill through Speechcraft. So that is awesome. What I also like is that the mentoring aspect of this Toastmaster Speechcraft program, which is so vital. I see that in the workplace, mentoring does help, and it all starts at Toastmasters. I'm curious, you have seen many people come in Speechcraft, convert into Toastmaster. I mean, your Speechcraft participants, have they been from different areas or are they all from one geographical area? Can you share something about what the background of the Speechcrafters?
For the few Speechcraft programs that I've been involved in, it's been a couple different ways. The one that Farmtown Talkers did, we had people from all over the world and locally. And it was just how we marketed it through LinkedIn and Meetup and Eventbrite that we were able to attract these people. And even the local newspaper, I attracted someone from Rochester to come and join our program. And if you allow that time, as I talked about, to advertise out there in all of these different avenues, because everyone's used to their own avenue and how you present stuff. And I used the weekly topics and put those out there, such as vocal variety, body gestures, introduction to giving a speech. These are all things that people want to learn and use personally or professionally, and using those targets simply to attract people. And that's how they saw that, and they reached out and signed up.
Very nice, very nice. It is great to hear that your Speechcraft program, at least one of them, reached out to people from all over the world. That is incredible feat. So thank you for sharing the possibilities of running a Speechcraft program. Karrie, is there any message that you'd like to share with our viewers or listeners of our program?
Many of our District 6 clubs have low membership at this time, and we've kind of touched on this already. So even if your club is healthy, a Speechcraft is a great opportunity to gain new members for the Distinguished Club program too. I mean, who doesn't want a new member? Second, District 6 is offering to pay the $50 fee for the first 20 clubs that decide to coordinate a Speechcraft. So you're only out the $50 for a very short time. And then once you're done with the program, you go onto the District 6 website and you follow the path through Speechcraft, and you can put in the submit for reimbursement, and your $50 comes back to you. So there's, again, another win-win: getting new members, getting the fee reimbursed, getting the DTM credit. What more could you ask for? And I think getting the new members and sharing about Toastmasters is very important.
Indeed, it is. It is awesome to know that District 6 has this incentive for the first 20 Speechcraft programs. So this is definitely not an incentive to lose. So I would highly recommend our viewers, as well as anybody in Toastmasters, to take advantage of this opportunity, where it can be of no cost to a Toastmaster or a club, but more importantly, it's a great membership building tool. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for being on our program, Karrie. It is always a pleasure to have you talk about things you are passionate about, especially Speechcraft this evening. Have a great evening, and thank you again for your service to District 6 Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Ravi, for having me.